it doesn't get any better for you than when we mention Chola Pizza.
Facts.
And then the word Chola Pizza also came with another name,
Yeah.
Gamba.
Yes.
When I look at these names and you as a person, sometimes they get a bit confusing. Like, okay, because like when you walked in here, you said, always in suits and whatnot, because that's how you always are.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the character of Chola Pizza from your song,
Yeah.
it's a whole different person.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, can we get there now? What was behind Chola Pizza as a song?
Okay, I think Chola Pizza as a song was really about my growing pains. When I was younger, I was a bit of an angry kid. I had a lot of inner demons. I had a lot of like anger issues from like my disagreements with fellow kids back then. When I was in secondary school, people tried to tease me in Form 1. So I just had all these issues, I had to let out. So when I was much younger, I was more of like a violent person. I used to like to fight a lot. But by the time I was writing Chola Pizza, I was a person whereby I was more composed with life. So my outlet, for my anger, for my issues became music. So Chola Pizza was a time when I decided to make what I was calling character music. So I was creating a character and explaining stories, through that lens. So in 25, when I moved from Air 25, from Air 12 to 25, I was seeing people who are behaving in that way.
Okay.
People who are violent, people who are not dressing, well, people who are just drinking every day, people who are being unruly. So I put all those things I was seeing into a song and into a character called the Chola Pizza. But eventually, Zinandi Tsalila, Chola Pizza,
Okay. And then Gamba.
Gamba was a continuation of Chola Pizza, whereby I was making character music. So I went deeper into a person who is like wanting to get better through hustling.
Okay.
So that's why after Gamba, it extends to Gamba Wasuti. So basically, a Gamba is somebody who do whatever it takes to make it. Like, like a hustler, basically. So I chose the word Gamba because it had a ring to it. And eventually, it also became my AKA as well.
Okay.
So basically, somebody who's working hard, to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So somehow we could say the Chola Pizza character is something that you had embodied as a kid. These characters
Yes.
being an unruly kid and all that.
Yeah. Actually, even that time before Chola Pizza, I used to call myself the Lone Ranger. Because
I remember you, I think, from the Lone Ranger thing. Yeah. And I think it was also a title for
my album, my
okay.
debut album. So it was like I was a loner. I was pretty much an introvert. I had to work hard to become an extrovert like I am now. So I was the Lone Ranger, somebody who was always alone. So that's how I gave myself that name. But I got it from a cartoon character that I used to watch when I was younger. So, they had like the Lone Ranger way of life. I was actually following it like a creed, about just being in solitude, just meditating, thinking of like solutions and just ideas. So it was really a way of life for me. So at that time, the type of music I was making was character music. I would create characters and share stories through those characters.
I see. Now that you have talked about you being a lone ranger, most of the times
I'm no longer a Lone Ranger now.
Because like these days I see like, wherever you are, I got goons all the time. But there was a time that I used to meet you and you're always in your headphones. Up in the north. It was like every day I meet you, you like walk in the corridors, you're always in headphones, listening to music, and you're always alone.
Trust me, like cartoons, they always have like Dexter's laboratory. He's always got like an outfit. Flintstone always has an outfit. Even for me, when I was in Zeus at Zeus University, people used to do cartoons of me. But if you want to know if that cartoon is physics, headphones, basketball vest,
yes, and
basketball shorts and slippers. If you just see a cartoon dressed like that, that's physics. And an afro.
Yes.
Trust me, I had hair.
Yes.
I had hair. Once upon a time, I had hair.
I remember this so vividly. Okay, why I was saying this conversation is very interesting for me is because I went to Nzuzu University.
Yes.
And when I got selected to come to Nzuzu University, I got selected as what we used to call 2B student of campus.
Yes.
And I remember the only person that I knew was at Mzuni at some point was you.
Yes.
And I don't know, I think it was DJ Tenba.
Yes.
Gave me your number and I called you. I this kid, I'm coming to Mzuni. So I just want to learn more about life at Mzuni.
Yeah.
And like you gave me a number, like I'll talk to this guy. I know you didn't even remember that.
Wow. Trust me,
I
don't remember.
Yeah. And I called you, introduced myself. I've been selected to come to Mzuni. So I know somebody gave me your number that you were at Mzuni.
Wow.
You just helped me with moyo kuti wawa kunzuni.
That's beautiful.
Off campus.
Yeah.
What's it up? Like you was just like welcoming. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and when I met you at Mzuni, I wouldn't even come to you like, oh, I would just like say hi and in the corridors and whatnot.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So, because we've already started talking about Mzuni.
Yeah.
I know that you were at Poly before you went to Mzuni.
Yeah.
And that make us kind of share some similarities.
Yes.
Because I also went to Poly before going to Mzuni.
Wow.
Tell me what was happening at Poly and what was your experience?
Okay, for me, I finished my Form 4 at Marist in 2004. Okay. 2005 was Gwelodi. So 2006, I was selected to go to the Polytechnic to study a Bachelor of Science in Engineering. And I was going to major in civil engineering. Okay. So that was never my choice. I never wanted to go to the Polytechnic. My choice was to go to the Chancellor College.
Okay.
I wanted to study social sciences because all of my uncles had gone to Chanko. So I knew the Chanko stories, when I visited them. And also I had an interest to study social sciences. Okay. I wanted to eventually do economics or psychology. I think I had a passion for those two. And I think I had a passion for law as well growing up. So when they took me to Poly, the very first week, I went to the Dean of Students' office and I was a frequent guest at his office saying, I don't want to be here. Is it possible? I want to go to Chanko. So he said, no, but your grades are good with the sciences. You did so well. You've got distinctions in all the sciences. I had distinctions. Like
you come there with the distinction.
I had distinctions all over the place. And they thought it wise with the grades I had, I would shape up to be an engineer. So, but, I kept going there. I really don't want to be here. So coincidentally, the same 2006 was the time that I met the Daredevils and we recorded the song Jola Pizza.
Okay.
So instantly, Yaro, first year student, is now a superstar and also doesn't want to be on that campus. Yeah. So I was mostly at the studio. I wasn't attending classes. So as this mostly all the courses, but especially these science courses, right? You build on fundamentals.
Yes.
You lay a foundation. So whatever you're advancing with, it's based on those fundamentals. So I missed the majority of the first semester. I wasn't attending class. And also, there's continuous assessments whereby when they're doing mid-semesters and whatnot. So I missed all of that because I was trying to sort of like mad demo it.
Yeah.
Good, no, then I won't go to class because I don't want to be here. I want to go to Chanko. But eventually, at the end, closer to the end of the second semester, whereby reality was now hitting to say, I think I'm a Polytechnic student. Okay. I'm not going to Chanko. I started attending class, but it was a bit too late because my continuous assessments were already low. So came end of year, I didn't do well. So I was withdrawn from the Polytechnic on academic grounds, not because I was dumb, I'm actually super smart. So it's because I wasn't going in class and because I was always, absconding classes and being at the studio. And eventually that happened. When that happened, I did I issued, what do you call it? A request to see if they can consider, at the university office. I sent that letter, took my case there. It was never considered. They said, no, we're withdrawing you on academic grounds. Despite that, you had a case to say, you want to go to Chanko, but we will not accept your appeal because you missed classes. So in the same year, there was an announcement that Nzuzu University is recruiting students. So I applied immediately. I got if it only 1A, what's that?
2A. 2A, 2B.
If it only 2A, because my grades were good, so I didn't have a campus.
Okay.
Yeah. So eventually, immediately, I went to Nzuzu University. So when I went there, tinafika bendiga, takuzumuka, right? Let me do my thing. So first year was good. I did well. Got into second year. So second year was now 2008. So now Jola Bitaya Gamoto, 2007, I dropped a mixtape. 2008, I dropped another mixtape. I dropped Gamba, Ndayagasomoto. Lake of Stars, Yoyamba, Gabanga perform, in the second year of college. My very first Lake of Stars was 2008. So I was big, I was a big hip hop artist and a big upcoming hip hop artist. So Nambo Gomedwa Sonima show. I'd go for shows in Lilongwe, shows in Blantyre while at school. And eventually, Tinabanga so affected get, and I got withdrawn for the second time, So when that happened, my family was not happy because my family always knew couldn't find anyone. They always knew. So it was a bit, heartbreaking to see Guti, I'm not putting my priorities straight. The music was affecting me. So my family would say, we support you. We know you love music, but I still need to be in school. So eventually, the little money I was making from the music, my pangabeza gere, and my sisters especially were sending me money, sending me school fees. Nabanga joined the Center for Open and Distance Learning, Nzuzu University, where I did ICT. Right after that, I went to the Polytechnic. I did marketing under the Chartered Institute of Marketing. Then I got employed. My first official job, I was working for TAPS, at his marketing agency. So within the first...
TAPS Bandawe?
Yes.
Okay.
Within the first 3 months, I also got a job at SFFRFM, Smallholder Farmers Fertilizer Revolving Fund of Malawi.
Yeah.
I was there as a sales clerk. That was the job they got me for. But when I got there, they gave me a different job. If my sales clerk. So they mind the FISP, the subsidy program.
Yes.
So I'd move all over the southern region, kuendela ma sales clerk amene meno kana ukulimenelo. Kutolera makuponi, kutolera ndrama, then I'd come to Lilongwe, kuzapanga reconcile. Kuna office na gaboma opposite British Council. Tinkati kuchano. Opposite British Council. Kumeona British Council gale ku Lilongwe. There was a I think it's still the government office in Ag. Timazapanga reconcile kumene kuchako. So that was my first official job.
Okay.
Then I saw a vacancy ku Opportunity Bank and kafuna what they were calling customer consultants. Then Nalembera, I got the job ku Opportunity Bank. Within the first, I was supposed to be there only for 6 months as a temp.
Okay.
Within the first 3 months, Naden get on a permanent basis as a marketing officer based in the southern region. Within the same year, Naden get on the marketing officer kupita ku head office kulilo.
No.
The next year, I'm marketing manager. Got a job with FDH. Then she recommended me to become the marketing manager. So I became a manager at a very young age for a bank, Opportunity Bank. I worked there for years, I think 3 years. Then I got another job, an American company. It's called Woman Care Global. What they do is they do reproductive health products as well as reproductive health methods. So I was there more or less like a country manager for that American organization. I was there face for that project in Malawi. So I'd move across the country, when I was working there. Then eventually Opportunity Bank called me back, but I want you to come back. I went there, worked as a marketing manager for a little bit. Then I was promoted to become head of marketing. Then after that, Opportunity Bank was acquired by First Capital Bank.
Okay.
So I worked with them for a little bit until I got an offer to join NBS Bank. So that's who I am till now. I was marketing manager for some years, I think 4 years. Then I moved to private banking. So that has been my journey. So in that whole time, I have been doing self-study, doing chartered banker, doing marketing, doing IT. I did things, HIV, AIDS, what. I've just been studying a lot of things. I was like, get it.
Okay.
So I've just been, I don't even know what in a specialist. I did digital marketing, So basically, I'm known more as a banker and known more as a marketer. But I actually studied a lot of things. The makanga to tinasokoneza banja. So that has been my professional career and also education. Yeah.